What's up, everybody? It's your man's KJ the Great, dropping another edition of All Sports Media TV. But first, I want to say, I hope and pray everything is great your way. Now, let's get to it. All right, you guys. So, we got some pretty interesting news that's been going around, and everybody had know it's going to happen. There's been no official announcement yet, but we know what the talks are and what's going to happen with this, and I'm about to talk about it. We have two former unified lightweight champions that are going to be set to do battle April 13th to 14th, depending on where you're at, of 2024. That being between George Kambosos Jr., who is 21 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. He will be taking on, and I told you guys this, VASILY Lomachenko. You go back a few videos, you'll see I told you guys this. Lomachenko is 17 wins, 3 losses, no draws, with 11 wins by way of knockout. Now, as you guys know, recently Devin Haney vacated all his titles. Prior to that, it was only the WBC title, which he was, I guess you could say, placed as champion in recess so that he can move up and secure the fight that he's going to have December 9th against Regis Prograis. Shakur Stevenson ended up fighting Edwin De Los Santos in that fight. Was not his best showing. It was the record for the least amount of punches landed in a 12-round championship fight. So now that title is taken, and all the other titles are vacant. So they are saying, and Lou DiBella hinted at this, that this fight was going to be contested for the IBF lightweight title. Now, if you guys remember, back in July, George Kambosos fought Maxie Hughes in Oklahoma, in Shawnee, Oklahoma, for the IBO lightweight title. And that fight saw him get a majority decision. I was at that fight. I was ringside. And me personally, I thought George Kambosos lost that fight. I'm just going to be honest. You know, the slick moves and counter punching ability Maxie Hughes brought to the table that night. He was much better than I thought he was going to be, and he performed way better than I thought he would perform. So yeah, ultimately he got the majority decision. Shakur Stevenson was in the building. You know, they had their jawing back and forth, you know, whatever the case may be with that. So Lomachenko, his last fight was with the former undisputed lightweight champion, making the second defense of his lightweight undisputed titles, that being Devin the Dream Haney. Recently spoke on him, and he lost a unanimous decision. And you guys still do not believe Devin Haney won that fight by unanimous decision. I'm going to need you guys to go back, watch it again. No sound, no commentary, round for round. Don't just watch the head punches. Watch everything. Devin Haney outlanded him to the body. Devin Haney won majority of the early to mid rounds. The best rounds for Lomachenko in that fight was, I believe, the 9th and 10th round. Devin Haney came out and fought and won the last 2 rounds, which ultimately gave him the win, I believe. You can say that. Lomachenko came on strong in the second half of the fight, but Devin Haney won those last couple rounds, and he won the fight. Now, prior to that, Lomachenko did get a unanimous decision over Jermaine Ortiz. It wasn't his best showing, but he bounced back in a good way with the Devin Haney fight. He looked good. I'll give him that. I'll give him credit where credit is due. Now, something that hasn't been spoke on is the other titles just yet. Now, if you guys remember, Gervonta Tank Davis, who's a 3-division world champion, undefeated, He was the WBA regular world champion, and it looks like he's going to be elevated to full champion status, clearing up all that regular interim title mess and all of that. So that just leaves the WBO title up for grabs. There was some hint that they were going to try to make this fight that I'm talking about right now a unified title match, IBF and WBO titles on the line, and the IBO title as well. But, yeah. Which I think that will be okay, because it will definitely keep the potential of another undisputed champion closer. Because, Tank has already said he wants to fight, the big names, the big money fights, and that's fine. So suppose this fight is a unification bout and both titles are up for grabs for the winner, or Kambosos or Lomachenko. That could be a really big deal in for another unification title fight with potentially Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis. Don't know. Now that we know when this fight is going to take place, April 13th or 14th, whichever one, wherever you're at, let me know what you guys think about this fight. I think it's going to be pretty interesting. George Kambosos beat Teofimo. Teofimo beat Lomachenko. So a lot of people are saying, oh, will this be George Kambosos? This could be that, for him. We don't know. But I want you guys to tell me what you think. Write down in the comments section. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. We over 600 subs now. Woo! We going up, baby. Peace.